I made a turn and it just died. Without warning, no lights, no indicators or anything.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Parts Talk. Today we're going to go into a video entitled Feds Investigate Bronco Engine Failures. And yes, somehow Ford is always in the news, but as always, bad news are usually sensationalized to make someone look bad, and unfortunately it's Ford once again. So let's get right into it from this clip from the Detroit News. The link will be in the description box below, so please leave your comments.
Investigating a potentially serious safety issue in the Ford Bronco.
48 drivers said the SUV's engine has failed while they were driving, and now thousands of other vehicles may have the same problem. Business editor Rod Maloney looking into the issue, which is not a good look right now for Ford. Rod?
The Bronco was one of the most anticipated vehicles Ford's had in a generation. They sold them out. But now in the early stages, Bronco drivers, at least some of them, are finding a very troubling problem under the hood.
And remember, the Ford Bronco was first introduced in the 1960s, and then it was retired 30 years after in the 1990s, mid-1990s. But it was brought back by popular demand, and also when Ford announced that they'll be cutting back on passenger cars and mid-sized sedan and concentrate solely on SUVs and large trucks, it was an opportunity for them to bring the Bronco back to life.
Complete disbelief.
Kelly Luther of Rose Township waited a full year to get her first ever brand new vehicle. Last September, just 2.5 months after taking delivery of her Badlands Edition Bronco, she went grocery shopping.
I made a turn and it just died. Without warning, no lights, no indicators or anything.
NHTSA is calling it catastrophic engine failure related to a faulty valve within 2.7-liter EcoBoost engines. Kelly's dealer agreed.
The phone call said I needed a completely new engine. I was just blown away.
And the 2.7 Ford EcoBoost engine was introduced in the Ford F-150, I think it was 2015, and they made minor changes to it in order to facilitate the Bronco. Now, over the years, we've seen cutbacks in the way vehicles are produced. Manufacturers are going for efficiency, but not so much for effectiveness as we're seeing here.
Not even driven 2,500 miles.
It was just kind of like, hey, here's a $50,000 vehicle you still have to pay for. It's in service for 50 days, and I didn't have anything to drive.
Ford did replace the engine under warranty. She'd just returned from the UP, and though she'd like to go again this summer, she won't.
Every time that the auto start-stop feature's on, my heart skips a beat, thinking like it's died again. But yeah,
and the auto stop feature is one that was implemented in most modern cars today in order to be fuel efficient. So you won't be sitting in traffic while the engine is running, obviously trying to economize on the amount of fuel that is being burnt by the unit itself. Now, tight spaces are being utilized. However, automobile manufacturing is a primary concern with the ease of production and on the line speed itself. Future serviceability is a concern, but it's only secondary.
it's a concern.
For its part, Ford is saying in a statement, quote, "We're aware of a select number of engines with this concern, and we are investigating. If any customers are experiencing issues, they will be covered under the vehicle's 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty. We will cooperate with the NHTSA, as we always do," end quote.
Now, if you think I'm making a lot of the stuff up that I'm talking about, just go back into my YouTube channel and click on a series of shorts I have entitled How Engineers Keep Mechanics Miserable. I have hundreds of videos of mechanics pointing out manufacturer flaws in various vehicles. Some of them are mostly Ford, so to speak, but it's not me, it's the mechanics on TikTok who are making these videos. And another thing, this current regime has mechanics walking away. The experienced people are walking away, making way for a younger, and I call them could care less generation with no experience to offer. Because I've been in the industry for a very, very long time, and I've seen it, and I've spoke to others within the industry as well who expresses their concern. The world needs experience to maintain and improve our current infrastructure. So let that sink in for a moment.
Now, here is what they call the ODI, the Office of Defects Investigation resume. And this lays out a lot of the issues here and gives the number of complaints and so forth. And what they're saying is it's early on. They're going to be looking at this going forward. This is usually the beginning. If, in fact, there might be a recall, this is where it all begins. Back to you.
So what are Bronco drivers telling NHTSA about their concerns now? I mean, obviously we just heard her. She doesn't even want to drive it, even though she's got a new engine.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, Devin. She was fortunate. She was a couple of miles from home and a couple of miles from her dealership, so that was the easy part. Most of the people who are having this problem are reporting that their vehicles are quite literally exploding inside the engine in the middle of traffic on a highway and having to coast off to the side of the road.
Yeah.
That, for them, is the major concern.
It's awfully dangerous. All right, Rob.
And the thing is, building customer relationship is utmost for most dealerships and manufacturer, because you want that product that they're buying to be dependable and reliable for them, right? Because it is a substantial investment in terms of the prices of modern cars today. And with the current supply chain issues, things will not be better any sooner. So that's it for today. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. The link will be in the description box below. Smash that like button on your way out. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. Until next time.